Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are back. We are live and we are previewing Manchester United's away trip to LASK Linz in the Europa League. United got a big chance to be progressing into the next stage, into the last eight of the Europa League and into the last eight of another competition with Manchester United already in the last eight of the FA Cup. We need to keep this going and hopefully get a result, a big result in Austria to take back to Old Trafford and make our passage through a little bit easier. Of course, it's not going to be smooth sailing all the way. Of course, we have to expect some difficult games. Of course, it's, we have to be on it. We have to keep our form up. We have to keep our performances up. We have to keep going at this stage of the season because our recent run of form, our 10 games unbeaten, yes, it's been magnificent. Yes, it's put us in a position now where we can look ahead to the season and think we can challenge on a number of fronts. We can challenge for the FA Cup. We can challenge for the Europa League. And surely we can challenge to get Champions League football through the league. Now, it's not, I had to stop myself there. We're not challenging for the league and it's not the be-all and end-all and it's not where Manchester United want to be. But this season, it's where we expect it to be. So, use this positivity, use this run of form to keep going into the end of the season and hopefully achieve the targets that we set out at the start of the season. Because the targets at the start of the season weren't to win the league and to win the Champions League. We weren't even in the Champions League. They were to get Champions League football back at Old Trafford, improve the team and hopefully win a few trophies along the way. Now, we're primed in that position to do so. But as we know, things can change very quickly in football. Things can change oh so quickly in football. And I mean, you just have to look back to this time last year. Oli was at the wheel, beating Paris, and then you'd have that. You have a good performance against Arsenal, you lose, and then it seems to just have a knock-on effect of everything else. The momentum we had went, the pressure we had went. There's the cat getting up. What's this guy doing? Sitting there licking his balls. That's what he's doing. What a lot. Looking in my face now like, what are you talking about me? Bruv, talking about you. Right. Anyway, we're going to carry on talking about the game. This fella here is on a mad one. He's just had a nap. It's alright for some, innit? Anyway, how are you guys doing? You all good? You enjoying United at the moment? How you feeling? Let us know your thoughts in those comments. I'm going to start reading through your comments now. We got Nelson in the comments. We got Jack, Ian, Christian, Arturus, Reese, Damien, Shubham. The game's going to be played behind closed doors but will be broadcasted though, right? Says Arthur Rofus. That is correct. Watching it, I really want to see Pogba being forced to play tomorrow. What? If he's injured or he's still feeling his injury, you can't force him. MB Yahoo, thank you very much for the wonderful comment, mate. I really do appreciate that. Mohammed, my dad's family are Indian. Yeah, I'm half Indian. I'm not showing you my pussy on live YouTube, guys. Come on. And anyway, he's walked off now. He's over there somewhere trying to get out the door that's shut. So I bet you any minute, any second, any time now, because that door's shut, he's going to start meowing. And the meowing's going to overtake. Look, he's trying to open the door, the little rat. The little rat's trying to watch. He's going to start meowing in a minute. I know it. I'm not going to get away with this. I'm going to have to get up, go over there and let this fella out. He's behind closed doors, just like the game will be tomorrow. Behind closed doors for Manchester United. Which is, it's sad, disappointing. It's probably going to happen to United soon in terms of Old Trafford and in terms of, the Premier League. We've seen Arsenal's game today against Manchester City has been called off because of the fact that, Arsenal's players came into contact with someone that has the coronavirus during the Olympiacos game, I think. So, this coronavirus is gonna affect a lot more sporting activities. At the moment, we've got away with it a little bit. At the moment, we've managed to to get by with it. But we're seeing in Italy, they're taking it seriously. They're closing a lot of things off, and I think slowly but surely that'll come across the continent and come into England. And the thing is, we've got I don't want to get political, but we've got a government that's highly inept in England. And at the moment, it's just wash your hands, wipe your ass, and carry on, and we'll all be safe. Now, I do think a lot of what is out there in regards to this stuff is scaremongering, as we know the media likes to do. But a lot of it is serious as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing these precautions being put into place. So it's just weird how it could affect the rest of the season, and it leaves us all kind of there, dangling in thin air. What's going to happen? I say you just call the whole thing off and we'll start afresh next season. But that's probably not going to happen. Mr. Architect says if Premier League is cancelled, do Liverpool win the league? Not if they've not won the league and it's cancelled. Not at all. The league might finish behind closed doors, says Kay Brennan. And like I've said before, if Liverpool lift the trophy behind closed doors and no one was there to see it happen, did it really happen? Did it? No, it never. So take that as a win. Schools in Ireland are closing next Wednesday until after Easter, says Gavin. I really think the Premier League games will be postponed within the next few weeks if the virus spreads like it did in Italy, says Ian. There needs to be a vaccine for misinformation, says Kay Brennan. And Martin Mugo from Kenya is in the house. Just as we find a purple patch, they think of ending it, says Dan Martin. How do you think Liverpool feel? They're probably thinking we finally got that run and we finally got that trophy and something could potentially happen. But look, I don't think it will affect them lifting the trophy and them winning the title. Has he managed to get out? He's squeezing out. He's backing up. He needs me to help him, the poor little fucker. Let me go and let this fella in, out, in. He's behind closed doors. For God's sake, man. Come on, lad. Walking around. Get out, bastard. Trying to talk to the people here. Trying to, have a little chat with the guys about the game. And I got this pussy over here fucking meowing everywhere. God damn it. God damn it. We're back now, though. We're back now. I've got a predicted team for you as well a little bit later. So make sure you stick by for that. We've got predicted scorelines. We're going to be getting your predicted 11s in as well. Your predictions in. Why the India shirt? Well, one, because I'm half Indian. My family's, my dad's parents were born in India and came over to England many moons ago. And secondly, because I fucking like it. It's a nice shirt, innit? You reckon this is their football shirt? I like it. So, yeah. The behind closed doors games would still be televised. Ikram, what's your question? Do you think United will win tomorrow? Let's keep that one for the end when we talk about our predictions and we get all that kind of stuff out. But I will be revealing my predictions to you very, very soon. I think we'll see Andreas or Lingard coming in, says Rizwan. Wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. Your top 3 realistic signings for the summer, says Lee. Top 3 realistic signings off the top of my head. Jadon Sancho. Jack Grealish. Kalidou Koulibaly. I was trying to think of another centre half, but Kalidou Koulibaly will be the one I think of right now. But it could be a case that we don't sign any centre halves. Blow the whistle, ref. Yes, that video is amazing, man. That video is nuts. I can't ever remember an Indian footballer. Are there any famous ones? I've actually done a documentary on this topic, more in regards to British Asians and Asians on this side of the world, and how we haven't made it through yet. But you've got the young kid Zidane Iqbal that's breaking through at United. You got Yan Danda at Swansea. You got Hamza Chowdhury. Now, these are Indian footballers. Jan's an Indian footballer, part Indian. I know his family. I've known him for years. He's an amazing player. And hopefully he'll go on to have a great future in the game and represent England or India and all of that stuff. Hamza Chowdhury is of Bengali descent, which is fantastic to see. The likes of Zidane Iqbal is of Pakistani descent, I believe. But again, regardless of whether it's India, Pakistan, Bengali, we're all looked at the same. We all are the same, regardless of religion and, class or whatever you want to categorize people. We're all the same. So if one of us makes it, it's a huge step for all of us. So interesting. Any news about Pogba's fitness, says Sachin? Now, we were hearing that Paul Pogba was going to potentially be involved in this game, but then he wasn't training there today, which is obviously interesting to see, because if he's not training today, then surely you can't be involved with the team in the game tomorrow. Now, I imagine that would be too soon for him anyway, but just to hear that he's back in training, he's back involved with the team, he's getting involved in all of that is great to see, and hopefully it means that he will be involved. But Paul Pogba and Anthony Martial missed United training ahead of the Europa League match, which is not what we want to see. Now, Anthony Martial's could be in relation to the injury that he sustained to his shin. Now, it just looked like a cut. It looked like a bad cut, but it didn't look like a bad injury. It just looked like a bad cut. So hopefully it's just because of that. He didn't want to agitate it. And, he's going to be available for the game on Sunday. I don't mind if he misses out on this one. You'll see, my thoughts in the predicted 11. I would have left Anthony Martial out of this game anyway. We have to wrap him in cotton wool. We have to. And with Paul Pogba, him coming back to training and training because of the injury that he's had and the ankle injury and the operation and everything, it's going to take time for him to be back fully up to speed. So we have to take that into consideration as well. Patrick says, just heard about the Arsenal City game off tonight. Any news on Arsenal's Premier League fixtures and potential implications for the rest of the league? No word as of yet. So I don't really want to talk about it because like we know, there's a lot of misinformation about. And I could come out and say, yeah, all the games in the Premier League are going to get called off. And they don't. Or they do. So let's just play tight. But it is a concern at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how it develops. Hopefully, like I said, we set the clock back. 0 games, 0 points. And we start again next season. Connor, I'm good, brother. How you doing? Loan out Lingard to Spurs. It's about his level. How good of a lineup is Rashford, Martial, Sancho with Bruno, Pogba and Fred? Oh, god damn. Say it again. Get hitting that like button, guys. We got 100 and 200 around there in. We got 26 likes. Get hitting that like button. Get subscribing, get sharing. We've had loads of new subscribers onto the channel recently. So thank you very much for joining us. Bula says, that touch from McKola was mint. Been a while since I've seen one from our strikers. I know guys are going to start saying Marshall FC, Adam, typical. But Anthony Martial has done a few touches like that. But the thing with Anthony Martial is he hasn't got that physical presence in terms of holding man back, holding players off. Well, he has a little bit, but not as much as Igalo. Whereas Igalo's got the touch, got the presence, and he can just knock it into people in behind and inside. Got Adam from Cape Town in the house. Would I sell the low in the summer and promote Laird? No, Don. I don't think there's an issue with having 4 fullbacks if you've got Shaw and Brandon Williams. Well, actually, yeah, Wan-Bissaka and Delo. That's 4, isn't it? But nevertheless, I think it's very early for Laird and Williams. And young players change very quickly. So, we have to see how that one works out. The United man Shane's in the comments says, what's good? Big respect for the no worries, bro. Make sure you come on again. If Pogba does stay, I know you discussed the diamond before, but what do you consider to be the realistic formation? I was actually Yes, Mark. I was actually just drafting a video with my notes in my phone, which I'm gonna come out with, which is like United, what kind of formations we could play. At the moment, I've got a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, a 3-4-1-2, and I was just looking around the advantages and the disadvantages of having Pogba in either of those, and then obviously with the return to good form of Matic, Fred, McTominay doing well. The options that we have, then what does that mean we can play? So I'm gonna have that coming, so I don't want to speak about it too much because it almost becomes part of this video, and we're taking shit seriously on this side. Now we're doing a lot more content, a lot more videos. Igalo is a unit, really proving me wrong. Martial FC, Adam typical says Mark. Do you think keeping Pogba is worth after Real demand crazy money and will try to move after a couple of seasons? I think if Pogba wants to stay and he wants to sign a new deal at the club, you keep him. As simple as that. Good morning from Oklahoma, says Robert. Good morning, brother. Hope you're well. Right then. Just put my coffee down. It's 20 past the hour. We've been almost 20 minutes into this video and still no predicted 11 and no predicted scoreline. So let's get that up for you right about now. And that's what I'm going with in this game. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that's what I'm going with in this game. Romero, Maguire, Bailly, Delo and Williams as the fullbacks. I think we'll return to a 4-2-3-1. McTominay came off the bench against City, so whilst he did score and we had that emotion of that goal, it's good to keep in mind that he actually came off the bench. He didn't start that game, so we should be able to start this game. McTominay and Fred in there. Probably save Matic for the game against Spurs. Mata, Bruno, Lingard, and Odion Igalo. Now I did this before I heard the news that Martial wasn't training today, so it kind of plays into that as well. Mason Greenwood probably deserve a start. Wouldn't mind seeing Mason Greenwood in Jesse Lingard's position. And actually we probably will see Mason Greenwood in Jesse Lingard's position. I just forgot to put him in the team, so let me edit that. I don't know why I forgot to put Mason Greenwood. I remember late last night when I was editing for this video, and I'm sitting there thinking, who can play on that other side? Who could play out wide? And obviously I was thinking about Mason Greenwood, and then I go and forget to bring him into the team. So what kind of idiot? This is what I mean, guys. You see, when I've got to do all the work and I've got to make all the content, this is what goes down. This kind of mad shit. Me doing all sorts during a live stream because I didn't get it right first time. But that's the joy of AdamMcKola TV, and we're doing much more on this channel, so make sure you're keeping it locked down to AdamMcKola TV. You're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, get your super chats in as well, and keep it locked to the channel as we go through so much more. I have now changed my team to reflect Mason Greenwood in the starting 11, so I do think it will be that team. You never know, Lingard could still start in the place of where Juan Mata is, but I think with Mata and Bruno, I think they've struck up a great connection, and it also means when you take off Bruno, you can bring on Jesse Lingard later in the game if you want to, and you can still have some creativity on the pitch in Juan Mata. I think you play Bruno, you play McTominay, you play Fred, you go strong in the midfield areas, and you get the game wrapped up. If you can get a win there, a 1-0 win, a 2-0 win, I'm going for a predicted 2-0 win. If you can get a 2-0 win there, the game's done. They're not going to come to Old Trafford and win 2-3-0 now, are they? So if we can go there, get this victory, amazing. Now, with the game being played behind closed doors and things changing very, very quickly, we can't count our chickens that this game's definitely going ahead yet. But I think with the precautions that they have, actually, there's no fans there. United are probably already in Austria. I've not seen whether they've flown out yet or not. When you take all that into consideration, the game probably will go ahead. But still a concern. If this game does get called off a little bit later, United's fixtures are heating up fast at the moment. So we need to keep our games ticking over, and we don't want to fixture pile up towards the end of the season. Mark says, why can't Ghana get a sniff? He has been in and out of injury this season. He's playing a lot better more recently. I think obviously with us having so much midfielders available now, Scott McTominay, Fred, Nemanja Matic's returned to form, Bruno's coming, Paul Pogba's back in training. When you consider all of that, it's difficult to bring a young boy in. Now, probably towards the back end of the season, if you've got a Europa League final to prepare for and all that stuff, you can start to see him do a few things a little bit more. But yeah, I just think it's a case of sometimes he's injured, sometimes he's been injured this season, sometimes he's been playing for the 23s and playing fantastically well, but overall, what's going on? There's some noise. Is it because my mic was by the laptop and the laptop is probably overheating about now? So I've taken my mic closer to me and away from the laptop. Did that help you guys? Did that help you? I like the setup would provide loads of quality in terms of creativity and goal scoring options. Yeah, and you can always see like it could become a 4-4-2 if Greenwood decides to just go up top, couldn't it? It could just become a 4-4-2. Yes, guys, regardless of whether the game's played behind closed doors or not, if it was expected to be televised, it will be televised. So don't worry about that. They're still allowing selected media, selected journalists into some of these fixtures in order to obviously allow for them to be done. And that's why I think, whilst us as fans, we want United and we want to have full crowds, full stadiums, because it makes the game. It really does make the game. It changes the game. But ultimately, to these football clubs and to these competitions and to all of that, the TV revenue is bigger than the match day revenue. Now, for some clubs, massive disappointment for them in that, if you miss match day revenue for a month or two, that can have a huge effect on you. And for like LASK Linz, when you think of them, their probably only way of beating United, I say only, I don't want to be disrespectful, but their fans probably play a big part in that. If games are being played behind closed doors, imagine you get a trip to Istanbul and it's behind closed doors. It just kills it straight away, because you go in there thinking, this is going to be easy, it's just a game of football, you may as well play it at Carrington. So it is killing the home advantage for a lot of teams, which is again an interesting side to this whole situation that we've got. Any news about Rashford? Can he come back this year? So tell. Hopefully, there's no news on him yet though. He was going to take the ball back from the stands if it goes there. Out of all the things that people are worried about, that is what they're worried about the most. Eric Dyer's had some training climbing over seats to go and fetch things from the stands, so maybe the rest of the players will join suit and start climbing up the stands with Stone Cold music on behind them. Phil Jones deserves a second chance. He had his second chance about 10 years ago, didn't he? Phil Jones for ball boy, says Mark. Jack, again, touching on the point with the fans. He says, with no fans to cause an atmosphere, it's essentially being played at a neutral venue as their fans don't have the ability to upset our players. Maguire should be rested tomorrow, says Vishal. I was thinking the same, mate. But the thing is, it doesn't look like he gets rested. When Maguire's fit, Maguire plays. And also, he didn't play in the game last week. Which game was it again? Derby? Was it Derby? What game was it when he was ill that he didn't play in? But yeah, he's missed a game recently, so I can see him playing this one. As the captain, he usually plays when... What the cat doing now, man? Scratching up some posts, them posts that cats have to scratch. Why are you looking at me, man? Carry on, do your thing. Maguire should be rested, says Vishal, like I said. Play Axel, says Vikram. I originally put him in my team, but I don't think he's going to start a game. I think he'll probably come off the bench for us. So it'd be good for us to get, just say Maguire, get 2-0 up, bring Axel Twanzabian. Twanzabian, Timbo and a couple of youth needs a chance before Jones, says Cybermane. Totally agree with that as well. United have to win, says Justice. Yes, it was Derby, says Glenn. Yeah, that one. Cheers, Glenn. Kick 101 says, will Pogba be back soon? It's looking like he's edging closer to a return. He wasn't in training today, nor was Anthony Martial. But nevertheless, you know, we want him back, and he'll be back soon. Back in training. So as long as he hasn't had a reoccurrence of his injury, then we'll be all right. What's the cat's name? The cat's name is Simba. Off The Lion King, which is the greatest film of all time. I feel more confident with Maguire starting, says Mark. I think that's agreeable as well. Guys, get hitting that like button, man. What you like playing at? 50 likes. 250 people on. 50 likes. 50 fucking likes. What? Come on. You don't want to sit here saying 50 likes. What? All the time. Did you see Jose crying last night? There's a busted flush. I told you, it's done out here. Next season for Spurs is going to be disastrous, especially if they can't bind the players, bring players in and all that stuff. It's going to be disastrous for them. What did he say? He could win the league with that team? And people will say and give him excuses for having injuries and all that kind of stuff. But the facts is, like, Ollie had injuries when we went to Paris. I think it's sometimes how you approach the game, what message you deliver to his players, and it's always negative with him. We saw it in the Sevilla game last time around for us. It killed us. First time commenting on his page. Rob Howe, how you doing, brother? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. Really do appreciate you joining the show. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I do go live or I post a video. Yeah, man. Welcome along. And whether you're a first-time subscriber or you've been here for a very, very long time, then thank you for joining AdamMcKola TV. Like I've told everyone recently, we are picking it up on this channel. We're doing so much more new content. I've got a regular show on Mondays, the Gazette, which is about, someone mentioned earlier that it's a throwback to the Football Italia days and John Richardson and all that, and it's inspired by that. So obviously we're doing that every Monday. We're doing the Weekly United. We're doing live transfer news. We got feds everywhere. This is what happens when you live where I live. Don't worry, guys. I always get that. I can't believe your page is bigger. As long as you're here, that's all that matters. We're going to build this page together, and more people are going to be coming in. More people are going to be coming in. Tell the people about the Scottish Zidane, says Justin Hernandez. The Scottish Zizou. Remember when I used to say he's not good enough for United? I do apologise to you, Scott McTominay. I really do apologise. I got it wrong. It's okay to get things wrong. In this day and age, you see people sticking to their guns, sticking to bad opinions because they don't want to say, I was wrong. You see people sticking to in or out, or clinging on to in and clinging on to out because they don't want to admit they were wrong. You'll see people coming out and being angry when United have won because they don't want to be proven wrong. I am not that guy. I don't mind if I'm wrong. I'm going to get things wrong every single time. This is what happens as football fans when you have an opinion on everything. Scott McTominay, I got wrong. I didn't think he was good enough for United. And now I see he can become a very valuable squad member to this team. So, yes, we got the Indian jersey on. Pogba Bruno against Spurs. I don't think we'll see Pogba starting any games. He may be involved against Spurs, but I can't see him starting anytime soon. Sterling lives in Wan-Bissaka's pocket, says Rizwan. If you don't know who Batigol is, watch the Gazette. Batigol. I used to want him to sign for United so much. Watching from Pennsylvania, that's nuts, man. I find it crazy how people from all over the world tune in to listen to what I got to say. It's fucking mental. Absolutely mental. Cyberman says, I would play Lingard, Igalo and Greenwood up top, and Mata, Garner and McTominay in the middle, Williams, Bailly, Maguire and Delo in the back. Not bad. I remember a time when Howson's channel and yours competed in terms of subscribers. His channel exploded, and what happened? He's got a lot of staff around him at the moment. which is obviously hats off to him. He's doing very good work. I love Steve. It's never been a competition thing between me and Steve. Got a lot of love for that guy. But the difference is he's got a whole team there. He's built a team around him. I don't build a team. Well, I haven't built a team yet. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be investing more into my channel and doing all that kind of things. The content's still going to be free. We are going to open up paid subscriptions though if you want to contribute to the channel. But everything's still going to be free. But we're going to pick it up in terms of what content we're making, how much content we're making. We're going to have loads of videos, loads of different things. So make sure you're keeping it locked in it. It's going to be fun around here. Sending blessings from Jamaica. And Singapore. We got Baratan in there as well. I met you in Singapore. Singapore's amazing, man. I had such a great time out there. And I hope everyone in that part of the world, I know, is feeling well. I like T's content more, but I like Adam's personality more. Bro, like us both, man. Support us both. If you support me, support Steve. If you support Steve, support me. Yo, we're all good brothers. And we all think differently. You know what I mean? You're going to get a different opinion on Martial, Pogba from me than what you would to Steve. So, it's all good. Yo, Adam, watch from Trinidad and Tobago. Lovely. I got family in the Caribbean, in Barbados, and I want to go over there again. I'm going to go over there again this year in November. But I want to go and do all the other little different bits. What do I think about Aditya Red's MUFC videos? I love them. And in fact, this India shirt, I wanted this India shirt for a long time. And I couldn't find it in England. And it was Aditya Red who sent it to me. So, you know, I got links with him. I love Aditya. I love from Wembley. Stadiums in my doorstep, says Dan. You might then live near my missus's family. Whenever I go to Wembley, I park at her family's house. And I can literally see the arch. So you might live very close to where she is. Both you, Steve, provide quality content. And we'll be providing much more as well. Fuck Mike Dean. I love how people just bring the random shit in. Daily content by Adam on this channel. Music to my ears, says Vishal. The red colour and the green is terrible on the eyes. I know, yeah, it is, isn't it? What colour should I do the writing in? What colour should I do the writing in? Should I just do it all in white next time? Or should I do a white little line around the writing so it stands out more? I'll sort that out though, but thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your feedback. Having Pogba and Bruno on the same lineup might get our defensive shape messed up without Matic and Fred. Did I go to college? I did go to college, and I did go to uni. I got a law degree in uni. I stayed at home for university though. My first choice was Manchester. Got rejected from Manchester Main. So I just stayed where I was in Birmingham. So I could still travel quite close to the games and go to the ground and everything like that. Yes, Mark, thank you for joining us. Musa, Mark, yellow, white. Yeah. I'll do it in white or something. Just keep it simple, innit? All together now. Viva Igalo, says Inna Soul. Did you guys see in the last Premier League Gazette? In the last Premier League Gazette, there's a video that I did, and there's a small section of it where you can hear my dad singing Viva Igalo in the background. We had just watched United beat City, and he was obviously still buzzing as much as I was. To be fair, you and Arsenal have kept the level head over the year last year, while many channels are constantly pushing that. Bro, let them do what they got to do to get them views, get them hits, man. Each to their own. But I'm never going to be untrue to myself. For me, people can tell when you're lying. So, and I'm a shit liar. So I'm not going to start lying about anything. I'm not going to start acting about anything. I'm going to be truthful to you. Can't faux anger, and you can't faux pain. Has to be real. Anyway, this is my predicted team. Right there. That's my predicted team. Romero, Delo, Maguire, Bailly, Williams, McTominay, Fred, Mata, Bruno, Greenwood and Igalo. I think United are going to win 2-0. Fingers crossed for that one. Make sure you're liking this video. Make sure you're commenting, sharing, subscribing, and getting your super chats in right about now. We're going to keep this stream rolling for another 5 minutes. I've just saw that we've kept going Like, I normally do these for half an hour, but you guys have been so good that we've kept it going. What do you think of Williams' recent performances, says Rizwan? He's shown that he's capable of becoming a very strong member of the squad, and that's all you can ask for from Brandon Williams. He's pushing Luke Shaw on. Luke Shaw's performance has improved because of it, so hopefully they both start battling out their first earliest Man United memory, says Amir Hafeji. The first game that sticks into my head, the first game I ever went to was against Sheffield Wednesday when I was like 7 or 8. But the first game that I can remember is Man United beating Chelsea 4-0 in the cup final, 94. That would have been when I was 5. But that is like the first game that, because I recorded it, I used to keep watching the video over and over again. You know them things you did as kids? Like, that was a game that I did that around. So I probably watched games before that, but I can't remember them. I was a kid. That's something that sticks into my mind vividly. Are you friendly with Rance? You both seem close to the Filth Fellas people. Yeah, me and Rance are cool. He used to jump in the car to come to games with me. He doesn't anymore. Well, he hasn't recently, but yeah, me and Dean are cool. How true is it for Pogba that is staying? I don't know whether it's true. Nothing's come out from the horse's mouth. Nothing's come out from Mino Raiola. It's all come out from newspaper reports. Now, you hope to think they're true, but nevertheless, you know, might not be true. If Paul Pogba stays, I'll be buzzing. I did a video on that when the news broke last night, and that's already up on the channel. Do I think Paul Pogba will stay? I still think he'll leave, but I've always felt there could be a slight chance that he does stay at Man United. If he does, that'd be great. White pitch, black lines, red names. That's a shout. It's a bit of a task. I normally just grab stuff off Google Images and just drop them on my screen. If anyone has any great YouTube channels or YouTube pages where I can learn how to use Premiere Pro more efficiently and better, then let me know, because that's where I learn all my skills from. So if you want me to create more content that I do different things in, then let me know where I can see what to do. Do you think you were too harsh on Ollie when things were not so rosy? Me? I've never been too harsh on Ollie. I've always thought and I've always feared he's out of his depth. I've always thought and I always feared he shouldn't have been given the job. Now, at the moment, he's proving me wrong in that he's still here. He's getting the results. And it looks like he'll be here next season. But things can change very, very quickly. Now, I want Ollie to succeed at United. I want him to succeed. My opinion was he'd probably fail. Like, there's no harm in that. You're allowed to think one thing and want another. If Man United gave my dad the job tomorrow, I'd think, fucking hell, United are fucked. He's not a football manager. But I'd also be thinking, come on, Dad, fucking do it. Cola's Red Army and all that. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, with Ollie, I want him to succeed. I'd cry if he lifted a trophy as manager for Man United. That'd be an amazing story, do you know what I mean? It'd be emotional. But at the same time, I feel like it was a knee-jerk decision, which could turn out to be the right decision. But I just thought it was a little bit dangerous. So, yeah, man. Sheikh Hussein, holler at me on Twitter, bro, and we'll see what we can do. Has Full-Time Devils reached out to get any interviews or interaction with the club, or did they just refuse? We don't work with the club. The club have never worked alongside us. We try and work through sponsors and different people like that. So we've got Patrice Evra through UNICEF, Soccer Aid. We've got something coming up with Harry Maguire through Puma. So that's the way we have to go around things. The club generally don't work with us. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to the LASK Linz preview here on AdamMcKola TV. Remember, we'll be back with live reaction from the game tomorrow. I'm going to be doing that video as well of Man United with and without Paul Pogba. Just don't know when it will be up. It could be tonight, it could be tomorrow. It depends when I get the edit done. But we'll get recording that today. So make sure you're keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV. Thank you for joining us here on the preview. I'm going for, again, just to remind you, a 2-0 United win with a lineup of Romero, Dalot, Maguire, Bailly, Williams, McTominay, Fred, Mata, Bruno, Greenwood and Igalo. And hopefully getting one foot into the last 8 of the Europa League. But for now, guys, I have been AdamMcKola. There's plenty new content up on the channel. If you're thinking, don't go now, don't worry, there's plenty of new content up on the channel. There's a Paul Pogba video around the new reports in regards to his future. There's another video that I did yesterday as well. What video was that? Weekly United I did yesterday. And we also did content on Monday, the Premier League Gazette. So there's plenty for you to get your teeth stuck into here on AdamMcKola TV. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And for now, I have been AdamMcKola, and I'm out of here.